right, my friends, Andrew here, and in this short video, what we're going to do is walk you through how to set up your domain name inside of the CloudKii CRM powered by High Level. So if you have a domain here with GoDaddy or any registrar, the very first thing that you're going to need to do is go to your DNS manager. You're also going to need to open up a free Cloudflare account. So you just want to simply go to cloudflare.com, register for an account. Now we already have one here, so there's a number of domains already in it. But when you've registered for your account, you'll get inside and there'll be a page that looks very similar to this without all of these domains already on it. Now the next thing you're going to do as well is log into your CloudKii CRM, which is right here inside of your account. What you'll do on the bottom left hand corner is go to the settings, and then in the settings you will choose domains, and then you'll come to a screen that looks just like this. We're going to need to add a new domain to this area. So before we can do that, we're going to need to point our domain from our registrar, in my particular case, GoDaddy. Now you could be using Bluehost, Namecheap, or anything where you can purchase your domain name as long as you can register your DNS records inside of that particular registrar. So once we're inside here, what we're going to do is we're going to go to where it says DNS. We're going to drop this down. We're going to choose Manage Our Zone Records. So we're going to go ahead and open this up, and you're going to see that it's going to ask us to search for our domain. In our particular case, we're going to go to CroupKii. Do a real quick search for that. If I spell it right, that will help. So there we go. So we'll go to CroupKii just like this. And you will see that we have all of the records in place here for CroupKii. Now what we want to do is we want to take these name server records and change them. So what's going to happen inside of Cloudflare, what we're going to do is cruise on over here to Cloudflare. We're going to choose the Add a Site button. Now yours might look slightly different. This button might be in the middle of the page if you have never added a domain before, but we're going to choose Add a Site. And in this particular case, we're going to type in our domain name and click Add Site. Now what Cloudflare is going to do is they are going to go scan all of the internet for the records for that domain and pull them into Cloudflare. We're going to be using this free plan, so you don't have to worry about any of these paid versions. So just go ahead and click Continue. And as you can see here, the records have been pulled in from GoDaddy into the Cloudflare system. So the next thing we're going to do is just simply click on Continue, and you will see that we will have a couple of new name servers that we need to add to our DNS manager. So we're going to go back over to our registrar, and in GoDaddy here, we're just going to simply click Change the DNS, and then we're going to go here to where we're going to connect this to our name server. So here you can see where it says enter my own name servers. What you're going to be looking for in your registrar is the same thing, to enter your own name servers. And then here we're just going to paste in the name servers that Cloudflare has provided for us. Take the first one and put it in the first box. Take the second one, put it in the second box, and then simply click Save. Now this is going to take just a few minutes for the system to recognize that these name servers have been updated, and they'll be pointing over to Cloudflare. So what we'll do here, go over to Cloudflare and then simply click Done and check the name server. So what we're going to do is wait for Cloudflare to recognize that these name servers have been changed. Notice it does say that it could take up to 24 hours for this to take place, but generally speaking, it happens much more quickly. So we're going to go ahead and configure our recommendations for this particular domain inside of Cloudflare. So we'll go ahead and click this button, and it's going to ask us a few questions to simply use some of Cloudflare's built-in features. For example, auto minifying JavaScript, CSS, and HTML scripts inside of these domains or websites. I'm going to leave this. If you find yourself having a site that's running a little slow, you can come in and turn this on. Always enable the HTTPS. This is actually something you want to apply because you always want it to go to the secure version of your page. Now the next thing here, we're going to go to the next step. And you can see here that it has not completely done its thing yet. It will take a few minutes for this to actually propagate through the system and show. So from time to time while we're waiting, you just simply come in, simply click that, check that name servers, and that will do the search again, just to make sure that those have actually updated. Here on the left hand side, we're going to choose DNS inside of Cloudflare, and you'll see right here that these actually have updated. So we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to be adding in a new record so that we can put our domain inside of our CRM. So I'm going to go back over here to our CRM. I'm going to choose Add a New Domain. So I'm going to type into this box right here our domain. We're going to go to www.CroupKii. I'm not going to put the www in. I'm just going to go to CroupKii.com. And then what I need to do is I need to create a CNAME record. So I'm going to choose flash.funnels.messagesender.com, which is actually right here. You just copy this record, and we're going to go back into Cloudflare. So we cruise back on over here to Cloudflare. We're going to delete this A record. This A record is the main record for the domain. If you are hosting a domain and you want to keep the content that's there, leave this A record, because that's going to point over to where that content currently lives. But this is a brand new domain, so we're just going to go ahead and delete the A record from the name servers here, or from the DNS manager. We're going to add a new one. In this case, we're going to add a CNAME record. So we're just going to cruise down this little pile right here and look for, there it is, CNAME. And what we're going to do is we're going to point this. So as you can see right here, the name is required. Use @ for the root. So we're simply going to put the @ symbol in there, and you can see what it does. It just simply pulls out groupkey.com. is an alias of the target. So in this particular case, we're going to paste the target URL in there. We're going to turn off the orange cloud. This is only going to be for DNS management, and we're going to click this save button. The next thing right here is this CNAME record. What we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and edit this, and instead of it going to the domain connect, we're going to put www, and we're going to put this over to groupkey.com. And we are going to toggle the little orange cloud, and we're going to save that as well. So what this is, oops, there has to be a dot in there. So .com, just like so. Click save. And what we have run into is a little bit of an error. So is there space around here anywhere? All right. Okay, so that one already exists for the www, it's saying. So we're going to go ahead and edit this. We're going to delete this just like so. And you can see that our www actually already exists right there. So that's it. We are all good to go inside of Cloudflare. So we're going to cruise back over here to the domain, and we're going to click the add. Now, once we click the add button, we'll have an opportunity of adding this to a funnel. And in this particular case, what we're going to do is we're actually just going to go to one of the funnels inside the system, and we're going to go to the landing page and click link the domain. So that's going to link the root of the domain, the groupkey.com, to a regular page inside the system, so that when I go to the page outside of the internet, you will see this page actually load one of the pages that's inside of our CRM. It might take just a few minutes for the entire system to propagate, but once it does, it'll be good to go. And you can see right here that we have groupkey.com as our domain, and we have our page live and ready to be built so that we can continue in this process of setting up our account. So in the next video, you're going to learn how you can use Cloudflare for email routing for your new domain. So this is actually going to be really cool. It's going to save you a lot of money, and this is part of the reason why we're using Cloudflare in this process. So I'll see you in that next video. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out to our support team.